Hi everyone, welcome to Dividends, the show for and about your College of Business. We have a great program today. We're going to dive right in with Tiffany Brady, and she is the Assistant Director of Recruitment for the College of Business. So your job is to get prospective students excited about coming to Mississippi State.
Absolutely, and excited about the College of Business itself as well.
So what is that process like?
So when students come to visit, they usually do an admissions tour over Montgomery Hall. They have a great new campus visit room. And so then after that, they actually get to do a tour of campus. So they walk all around campus, see the beautiful greenery. My favorite comment ever is, "Your grass is so green." Very favorite comment. And so after that, they'll actually come over to McCool Hall, and we're actually working on a new campus visit room as well. But they'll meet with me, and so I talk about all of our different programs, different opportunities, internships, career prep, and then we'll actually do a tour of McCool. Since we're just in the College of Business in McCool, we actually go through Strategic Finance Lab down to the East Center, and it's always a really, really great reaction from the students.
Well, we see you coming in and out, and we should say you're not just selling the college to students, it's also the parents as well.
Absolutely.
So they come along. So what happens, like, we're very proud of our new East Center, and we think it's kind of cool and edgy. What is a typical reaction from parents and students when they come in the center, particularly if we have some entrepreneurs in there and some activity going on?
Most parents want to say, "I just wish that I could come back to school myself." They're just so amazed at the just the opportunities and the available resources. I had a dad who actually does IT for several different universities on the coast. And so he actually went in, he said, "I've never seen anything like this in any of the schools that I've been into." Just pretty sheer amazement that we actually have these resources and that students can take advantage of them freshman year even. It's really amazing.
Well, tell us a bit about yourself, because I know you have a very varied and interesting background.
I do tell students about myself. I always tell them that business will open up any industry that you want to go to. So I usually tell them about my internships just because that's kind of an example of those. I actually graduated with a degree in fashion merchandising as well as marketing. So I tell the marketing story pretty well because I'm a person that's come out of that, and as well as doing my MBA as well. This past year I finished that. But I actually interned every single summer that I was an undergrad. I worked for Sandestin Golf and Beach Resort. The next year I worked for Vera Wang on Madison Avenue. And then the next 2 summers I worked for Country Music Television in Nashville, getting to the music industry. You know a little bit about that.
Well, actually, that's where I first met you. Was the family took a trip up to Nashville, and we went to CMT, Country Music Television, and you gave us a tour. That was the first I met you.
Absolutely. I also interned for your wife at Cadence Bank.
Yeah.
And
and you survived that.
I did. Yeah. And I worked for London. I worked for Girl Scouts in London as well.
Goodness sakes. Well, I tell you, we are blessed to have you in the College of Business, because you bring so much positive energy and professionalism, and it really, I can see the parents and the students when they're walking around with you are really plugged in, and that's obviously is a big help. And enrollment is up in the College of Business.
Absolutely. We're actually up 24% last year. So we're very excited about that number, and we're on trend this year to be up again. We had the largest incoming freshman class across the university, and we're still on trend in the College of Business to beat that even this year.
And why do you think that is?
I think a lot of different factors. Part of it's definitely our communication plans. We've really been able to amp up. Football always helps. We kind of saw that in 2014, really kind of ramping up there. Just that I had a student from Wisconsin, and the only reason she came down was because she had seen us play football, and she wanted to come down to an SEC school. So it absolutely helps.
Wow.
But they have interest, then we have to reel them in and actually make them become a student.
All right, so we have some big events coming up.
Absolutely.
In 2017, tell us about those.
Yeah, so we have Academic Insight. It's on February 4th, so that's actually where admitted students come back to campus, and they have a chance to meet with the faculty. The dean will be there, the associate dean, all kind of the top-notch people, and we'll have different speakers come in. I'll actually hope students will commit to state at that point. And then we also have career chats coming up. We love for lots of alumni to come back for that. It's March 28th and 29th. And so then we actually have professionals come back into the classrooms, and we match them up with different classes. And then that night we actually have mocktails, which is sort of like a business reception. So they have an opportunity to kind of socialize as business professionals at that point.
All right, so we have thrown a lot at you, but if you have a son or daughter or nephew or niece that may be interested in Mississippi State, we have an email address we can put up on the screen, and drop us a line. Tiffany will get in touch with you. we tell our students, and I'll come out and hijack some of your tours,
Yep.
and I tell prospective parents and students that you need to go where you're comfortable. But we think that you'll be comfortable at Mississippi State because we've got all this cool, edgy stuff going on, but at the core, it's just one big family.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for joining us,
Thanks
and
for
thank you
having
for the
me.
great work that you do.
Thank you.
There are a number of student activities that students can get involved with, but few of them know that they can start a company while they're in school. We want students to consider that when they come to school here, they have 4 years to create themselves a job, create a new venture, and that's really what the center's here to provide. We're here to provide the resources, connections, and programs that can help them start a company. The background of our students is extremely diverse. All across campus, students are getting involved, forming these companies, and people, all sorts of different backgrounds coming together to create these startups that are just doing amazing things. Regardless of where you're at in the entire startup process, whether you're coming in with a fresh idea, already have an established company, or just are trying to get interested in entrepreneurship, we want to put students in a position where they feel encouraged and supported to pursue their passions so they can make an impact no matter what field or industry they go into.
Welcome back, everyone. My next guest is Raul Gopal, and he is, well, he's a student entrepreneur, but more than that, he is my graduate assistant, so I'm really pleased to have him with us. Raul, good to see you.
Likewise, thank you.
I could just sit here and brag on you for quite some time, but I'd rather you give folks a little bit of your background, where you're from, what your degree was in.
So, I was born and raised originally in Mumbai, India, for like 20 years. And I've lived here in Mississippi for 6. I recently just graduated in aerospace engineering in May. And currently I'm pursuing my MBA, and you're my boss, so.
Well, so if you come visit the E-Center, Raul is likely to be the first person you run into, and he's very typical of just these dynamic, smart students that come in and get involved in the E-Center. And not only are you there to help me and help the entrepreneurs, but you also have your own startup that has
Absolutely.
Really garnered some global attention. This guy was on the front page of a newspaper in India that has a circulation of what, 12 million?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Easy.
Wow. Well, tell us about that. Tell us about the company and how it got started and where we are with it.
So Campus Knot is a social academic management system that enhances classroom engagement, also increasing productivity, campus involvement, and allowing like faculty members and students to connect, collaborate, and share. So we've used the power of social media to integrate it with academic management systems and learning management systems to make it a lot better. So that's what it is, and we've come a long way. We started about in 2012, and it's funny, the story is funny, like our founder, Hitain Patel, he is not a very socially comfortable guy, and he didn't know a lot of people, so he wanted to connect with his classmates, but he did not know a lot of people. Having said that, so he comes home and he's like, I need notes, I can't email professors. So I was like, that's not a problem that I don't think you're the only person who might be facing that problem,
That's
you
the
know.
problem, right?
So that's how it started, but we have evolved over time into a classroom engagement tool serving daily routine problems faced by students and faculty members across the nation.
All right, and I think we have a video here that will really illustrate what Campus Knot is all about. So let's take a look at that, and then we'll come back and
Absolutely.
talk about it.
Campus Knot's been an amazing platform for my students. It provides them with a set of courseware that is more social and more for them.
Campus Knot's really about connecting with your students in a way that prior you couldn't do, where I can connect with students in my large classroom via a mechanism that they're comfortable with.
One of the best things about it is the social aspect. Students can be intimidated, especially students who are early on in their academic careers, can be very intimidated by the professor. Campus Knot gives them an outlet to reach out to other students. They're in charge, they're in control, and they're acting independently of the professor.
Students want more instant information. It's about now, it's about connecting in a way that we haven't ever seen before. So Campus Knot is one more asset in allowing us to connect with those students and provide them supplemental information along with the rest of the coursework that they're getting in real time. And so that's an important trend that I think we have to, as higher education, get on board with, and one that Campus Knot allows us to achieve.
So that gives you a good idea of just what Campus Knot is and what it can do. And while it obviously is a great idea, that is reinforced by the fact that you had over $100,000 investment. Is that correct?
Absolutely. In 2015, we actually got a private investor. He actually sought us rather than us. I mean, we were looking for investment, but he actually came to us. He's from Gulf Coast. And we raised $100,000 for 10% equity that values Campus Knot essentially at $1 million right now. So
yeah, so I think that point should be stressed. You're a student at Mississippi State University,
right.
And you have started your own business.
Absolutely.
And the valuation of that business is $1 million. All right, how has the university helped you along the way? Obviously, I know you. You're a smart guy and you're very driven, but how has the university helped you get to where you are?
Well, this university is very, very special to my heart. Mississippi State University has given me plenty of second chances because I've messed up a lot during my academic career. But having said that, East Center in specific, I wouldn't be sitting here. This wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the East Center itself. The first thing that happened when we got the idea was we actually approached the East Center. We got our initial grants from there. We got constructive feedback. Our end consumers were us and professors. So we built the product and we designed a product and a prototype that no one would know better as to how to serve or solve those problems. So it's been catered specifically to.
Well, we are looking forward to watching how this progresses, and
Absolutely.
I can't tell you just how proud I am of you and how you have represented your company, the East Center, and the university.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad we had a chance
Pleasure
to share that with our viewers. And again, all this is happening right here in the state of Mississippi at Mississippi State University. That's going to do it for this edition of Dividends. We thank you for being with us and look forward to seeing you next time.